From Sweet Home, Alabama, he weighs 220 pounds. He is the Landmark Arena Heritage Champion, the incredible IKE!
Welcome back to IKE. IKE Cross getting us underway here with this Landmark Heritage Championship. But what about that exciting news? We're going to see coming soon the debut of the pale horse, Josie Quinn.
I am very, very familiar with Josie Quinn, and I cannot be more excited to have him here at Anarchy.
Making his way to the ring, representing Team Tag from Commerce, Georgia, weighing 261 pounds, Chris Spectra.
Fresh off the loss of the tag team titles at Hostile Environment, and fresh off his win for the Landmark Heritage Championship, Chris Spectra taking on IKE Cross. Of course, it was Chris Spectra's partner in Team Tag, Billy Buck, who lost that Landmark Heritage Championship. But before we get started here, we have a very special guest on commentary. We are joined by Al Getz. Al, welcome.
Hey guys, great to be here. Well, you know, my segment later on this week of Al Gets Wrestling is going to be with Chris Spectra, so I wanted to come out and get a first-hand look at how he handles his first singles match in quite some time to sort of get some information before my big interview segment later this episode.
And right now,
well, yes, that's exactly why.
Well, you're out here scouting basically here, Al.
And we got Chris Spectra and IKE Cross. IKE Cross has got to be riding cloud nine. That was an exciting 2 out of 3 falls match we saw at Hostile Environment. And you got to know the frustration setting in on Chris Spectra having lost the Anarchy Tag Team titles.
Well, I mean, you saw at Hostile Environment, we watched it on pay-per-view, you saw that IKE Cross got jumped by all of Team Tag. So there's going to be some hostility there.
And fans, if you missed Hostile Environment, don't forget, you can still order the replay right here on Fight TV, just $9.99. You can see all the action that we talk about here from Hostile Environment. And going forward, every Thursday night, 8 o'clock, you're going to see IKE right here on Fight TV. IKE Cross in the ring on Chris Spectra. Now, as you're out here and you're scouting, you said that Chris Spectra is going to be your guest later on Al Gets Wrestling. You have any idea of how you're going to approach this, man? Because you've got to know the frustrations there.
Well, yeah, he's definitely frustrated, and he also appears to be alone, although with Team Tag, you never truly can tell. But this seems to be one-on-one. Chris Spectra looking for revenge for what happened at Hostile Environment. Oh, big forearm there as IKE Cross tried to get aerial. Grounded very quickly by Spectra.
Yeah, Chris Spectra with that knee there, and now in the ring, referee David Weekley getting Chris Spectra into the ring, and right now cover, hook of the leg, and we got a rear chin lock applied here, Tristan Michaels.
Well, you got to believe that all the frustration that Spectra is feeling, we talked about it. The episode before Hostile Environment, we talked about Team Tag was on cloud nine. However, when they got to Hostile Environment, they lost their tag team titles, and Billy Buck lost the Landmark Arena Heritage title.
Right now, IKE Cross, who has been very impressive since his debut here in Anarchy Wrestling at the Landmark Arena, coming from your sister show, the NCW, had a very good career there, a good run, and since he's come to Anarchy here, has been the talk of the town, and right now going toe-to-toe with Spectra in the center of the ring.
Ike also recently competed in the Scenic City Invitational Tournament outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee, where he lost to Corey Hollis, a name familiar to many Anarchy fans. Corey Hollis ended up being one of the last 2 men in that tournament, but Ike had a very impressive showing even in defeat. Definitely what's great about Anarchy and NCW, you get to see tomorrow's stars today. That's been true going back 20 years now.
And speaking of the Scenic City Invitational, a great showing here by competitors from the Landmark Arena. In fact, the finals of the Scenic City Invitational were Corey Hollis and Joey Lynch, both alums here of the Landmark Arena. Joey Lynch, of course, getting the disc there.
Yeah, they were the last 2 men in that finals. And now the crowd squarely behind Ike Cross as he's trying to get back up to his feet.
Well, I mean, you mentioned the Scenic City Invitational. Do you think there's a little bit of wear and tear on Ike Cross having to go so long at Scenic City?
That's very possible. Sometimes when you compete in such a big tournament as the Scenic City Invitational, there's sort of a hangover effect. And you give it your all and you're not able to compete at 100%. And if that's the case, then Chris Spectra is going to very quickly get gold back around his waist. May no longer have the tag team titles, but he may just get the Landmark Heritage title back for Team Tag.
And right there you see Chris Spectra going to work on the arm of Ike Cross. We want to welcome you fans joining us here on Fight TV for Hype. We're going to be here each and every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Make sure you're checking us out.
And of course, don't forget to tell them one of the best parts of watching Fight TV is my interview segment. Al gets wrestling, because nobody gets wrestling like Al gets wrestling. And later on this week, you're going to see me interview Chris Spectra. Perhaps he'll be the new Landmark Heritage Champion, or perhaps he'll be a loser.
But what an exclusive that would be. I mean, I'd have to think you're cheering on Spectra, because, I mean, you could be interviewing the new Landmark Heritage Champion, and the way it looks right now, Chris Spectra has got that advantage and that upper hand.
Well, don't forget, with the Landmark Arena Heritage title comes a lot of challengers. Not only do you have to worry about the roster from Anarchy coming after you, you also have to worry about NCW as well.
And right now you see Ike Cross doing his best to fight back, but Chris Spectra was able to cut him off right there. Fireman's carry. Ike Cross fighting out of it there, has the waist lock. Fans, we got a lot more this week to come. We still have the Anarchy Television Championship later on this week. We have all kinds of action coming here to you on Hype right here on Fight. And Ike Cross starting to feel it, and the Landmark Arena is too.
Yeah, now the fans behind him, but Thursday nights at 8 p.m. just got hype on Fight TV with Anarchy Wrestling Hype. Oh, Ike tried to get a little hype, but there was nobody home.
If anybody can get hype, it's going to be Ike Cross, because he can also get some height. Alon's bringing those legs, cross body.
The vertical leap of Ike Cross gets the job done. Arm draped over. 2 count only.
Yeah, not able to cradle the leg on that cover. Just barely draped one arm over Chris Spectra, and you're not going to beat a veteran like Spectra with such a casual cover. I understand Ike Cross is worn out and is taking a beating in this match, but he's not only going to have to get a good move on Spectra, but he's going to have to hold him down for a 3 count. Just that quickly. See, Spectra cradles the leg. He knows how to pin a man. Well, he didn't get the pinfall there, but almost did.
Chris Spectra actually used Ike Cross's own momentum against him. Ike Cross charging in. All Chris Spectra did was jumped up with a knee and met Ike Cross right between the eyes. Ike Cross barely able to kick out of that one.
Oh, that was a very well-placed knee that can turn the lights out in a hurry. However, Ike Cross is determined to walk out of the first episode of Hype right here on Fight TV, still the Landmark Arena Heritage Champion.
Oh, and right there, caught him with that cutter. And right now, Ike Cross is getting his second win.
Now, what does this mean for you, Al? If he means, look at that, a DDT.
And there we go.
Well, Al, you've got a tall task ahead of you. He's conscious, however, he is not going to be in a good mood.
Well, yeah, I almost was going to interview a new champion. Instead, I'm not. But you know what? As I think of it, I'm going to interview him this hour. Why wait? why wait to bring him back out later? He's in the ring now.
Wait,
Maybe once he gets up to his feet, I think I should go ahead and interview him now.
Are you doing it now?
Here is your winner.
No better
It's
time than
still
the present.
Landmark Arena Heritage Champion, Ike Cross.
Well, definitely not one to pass up an opportunity. Al Getz is getting ready for his interview with Chris Spectra. Chris Spectra coming up just short in his quest for the Landmark Heritage Championship.